A lot of people make financial decisions in a haste, and that could be quite detrimental to your financial and emotional health. Because how does one signature make you lose $17,000 in 2 months? That's what we're going to talk about. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Hit the post notification for future videos. Watch the full video. Let's dive right in.
I've provided my car information. I was just looking at a couple options. Monthly, I'm paying $660. My payoff right now is a little bit below 33. I'm already negative.
Big time. You're very upside down. You just bought this car?
Yeah, 2 months ago.
How much did you pay for it?
33.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no money down, so I'm guessing that's why.
The original MSRP of the car is $32,000. If you bought this car brand new in 2023, you would have paid what you just paid for that car with no miles.
Yeah, I screwed myself off.
Your car, unfortunately, is worth like $17,000. You're upside down almost 20 grand, my friend. Not sure where to really go from there. You're going to always be upside down on this term, unfortunately. You really don't have much in terms of options unless you want to take a higher payment and bury all that money into a new vehicle, but I would not recommend doing that. Your negative equity alone is like $450 a month. Unfortunately, you don't really have many options that make sense other than either get a higher lease payment. At that point, you would be paying maybe $100 more a month, but you'd be out of the car in 3 years. It's not the worst idea.
I just thought maybe there was something a little cheaper that I could pay a month. I like the car itself. I checked the bill, and the car itself, they were selling at me for 26 plus registration fees plus a gap warranty.
How much did you pay for the gap warranty?
It was 1,500, something like that.
Gap is $400.
Oh, okay.
If they're selling you the car for 26 grand after tax, should have been at 28. But again, 26,000 really is a big number for that car. Retail on this car should be like 22 before products. That's why that huge difference exists. It would have existed to begin with in some way, shape, or form, but I think wherever you got this car from, they oversold you the car. It's way, way, way above market value. I'm saying that not to make you feel bad. I'm saying that because I don't think you're going to ever be in a position where you're ever going to really own this car. This vehicle will forever be worth far less than what you're paying into.
It's a sad situation to be in. Seems like he's a kid or somebody that's young, probably didn't have the right leadership guidance or somebody that can walk through and kind of help him with this decision. But at the end of the day, this is why I say cars are a depreciating liability, right? He bought the car just 2 months ago and you're already 20,000 upside down. Even if you worked for months, like a depreciating car can eat that in weeks. The bank is going to expect his payment. It doesn't matter if you got robbed. It doesn't matter if you signed a bad deal. The most power you have is a wet signature. The fact that you can sign something into reality is the scariest thing. And then they tell you you're the debtor. You are the creditor because they don't make money unless you give them a signature. Most people don't understand interest. Most people don't understand a net pay and gross pay. Most people don't understand assets and liabilities. These dealerships have no heart. They have no soul. And they just took advantage of a kid that didn't know what he was doing. And he's going to be stuck in this situation. The negative equity itself, as you heard him, $400 or $500 payment. And they robbed him on the gap insurance too. Education is power.
I get a 2023 Prius limited with 30,000 miles. He told me he's trying to be at 500 to 550 a month, so I'm going to see what I can do. Where your credit's at, we can probably get you done with 3,000 down. The only thing is your payment's going to be a little bit higher. You're going to get a higher interest rate. To be at that 550 that you're looking for, you would need to put a significant amount down. But with 3,000 down, you'd probably be looking at 700 to 710 a month.
Okay.
That's including everything. The reconditioning that we put in the vehicle, $750 shipping cost, tax, title, license.
All right, sounds good. Let me just do a quick quote on the insurance because I haven't done that yet. Is it like set in stone or what else would I have to do?
You already sent me over your bank statements. So then from here, we would just submit to the bank. Once we get an approval, I'd reach out to you, let you know exactly what the payment would be, but it's going to be in that range that I gave you. And then we would just get the vehicle ready to be shipped and we would ship it to you.
Gotcha. See what you can do with 4,000 down, what that payment would be just to see. And then, let me know.
Every $1,000 you put down, it's going to change your payment $18 to $20.
$18 to $20? It's better to take the deal and then refinance it later, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I just need a car to commute because if I'm all in under 1,000, I'm able to pull the trigger on it.
For sure. Just let me know because
They're perfect Sunday trip.
he's trying to get a 2023 Prius limited with 30,000 miles. He told me he's trying to be up to you. So if you need anything, just give me a holler. Just let me know and I'll get it over to you.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I should be able to just do it through the app. So as soon as I stop, I'll get back to you.
All right, boss. Sounds good. Thank you for your time.
The people that watch my channel, you guys, are of mature age. Part of maturity is understanding that you get punished for having a bad credit. You also punish yourself for going through a situation that does not serve you or a situation that's going to put you in a financial disaster. This is it. Somebody's trying to pay $700 for a used Prius and is trying to put $4,000 down on top of adding insurance. So the cost of ownership is already going to be more than $700 because once you add the insurance, it becomes almost $900 to $1,000. You're willing to put $4,000 down. Why are you punishing yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? You could literally find a good car on Facebook Marketplace for $4,000 or $5,000. And on top of that, you're being charged a reconditioning fee. What the hell is that? They have to recondition the car for you to get it. People love to shoot themselves in the foot and then ask, why didn't anybody help me from this situation? And I do think that when you do sign up for monthly subscriptions, you cannot complain about capitalism, inflation, politics, corrupt politicians. It's all about accountability, responsibility, and the fact that you are still willing to pay $700 for a Prius. And it goes back to something I always tell myself. Every unnecessary payment steals a little flexibility from your future.
Gap insurance is a scam and you're getting ripped off, right? So if you don't know, I own a small used car dealership. So I have the same resources new cars have, right? I'm able to sell gap insurance and I include it in every one of my deals. Let me show you what gap insurance really costs the dealer versus what the dealership is charging you. These new car franchisers eating your lunch. So this is my most expensive vehicle. We're going to do it on a 2022 Chevy Silverado, $38,999. I'm getting a quote, right? If I sold it for $55,000, gap, guaranteed asset protection, 72 months at 18%. So if you finance that vehicle for 72 months, gap, for the entire 72 months, cost me, a dealer, $293. But all these big franchise guys charge you $1,500, $1,800. That's all back end gross. I charge my customers $100 over, right? And if $100 is going to lose me the deal, I'll give it to them at cost. It's a service to the customer. These new car franchises are burying you guys so deep, you can never get out of it. Gap should be a tool, right? It should be there to help you, not to destroy you, right? That's not going to adjust your payment anything. $1, it might go up a month. That's nothing.
I hope you have your weapons equipped, because at the end of the day, you will get robbed, you will get cheated, and you will get manipulated. Because in the first clip, we seen somebody that paid $1,500 for the gap insurance when he was already overcharged. $33,000 for a car that's worth $17,000, and now he's in the underwater nightmare. So with that math, and this guy just showed us for a $38,000 car at 72 months, if it's only $300, they made $1,200 off the first guy that we just reacted to in the first clip. When you don't know what you're doing, when you don't have a clue of how things work, then you are easily cheated and easily manipulated, right? And that's the reason why I say ignorance and pride is an enemy to learning or an enemy to your future success, because you're not willing to do no research, nothing. We are living in the age of information, age of, AI and everything. You could easily search things up and it could come to you. People are more driven to buying things with emotions. And then rationality will kick in because your soul is tight and is in pain because of this decision. There's a gut-wrenching feeling when you know that you walked out of a dealership and you know something is off. Avoid dealerships. Each person, they're thinking about how can they squeeze the most money from you. The price tag always will end at the dealership, but the cost always follows you home. It's pretty sad.
Poor mindset. You always want to make money. You don't want to make money. You want to make equity. Because when you make money, when you make income, what do you got to pay? Income taxes, right? When I was poor, all I wanted to do was I got to make some money. I don't want to make no money. I literally don't want to make money. Because if I make money, I got to pay taxes. You know what I want to make? Equity in properties. If I have equity in properties, what does that mean? I can go borrow against them. That's debt free. And the money I pull out, what do I get to do with that? That's a write-off.
There's a reason why there is this mentality nowadays of people just not having the right mindset to things, right? He's not wrong. When you build equity, it does pay you, and there is a lot of tax advantages. What he is not understanding is that he is talking from a position of, made mistakes and now can live this way. You can't tell a certain group of population that mostly work for somebody that it is important to have equity, because at the end of the day, this is the reason why a lot of people find a 9-to-5 as being a scam. And this is the reason why TikTok is fueling this type of, information that's getting a lot of people into trouble. There's a lot of people that went into real estate thinking that it's going to give them some sort of financial stability, but at the end of the day, they've bought multiple properties in huge amounts of debt, right, with high interest rates, right, only making $200 to $300 cash flow from each unit. You're supposed to use your 9-to-5 as your investor, as your fuel to save as much as you can, then get into assets slowly while you don't overburn and lose a lot of money. He's at level 30. So most people watching this are not even at level 3 because they work for somebody, right? So what this encourages is get into a lot of debt, get into real estate, and only make $300 a month from each house while swimming in huge amounts of debt. And most of that money is going to interest. It doesn't make sense for you to make $300 a month from 5 homes that you own as a landlord, which means you're only making $1,500. You could have got a job and made that in 2 weeks. Did that for a couple of years, delayed gratifications and patience, stay out of debt, and then you can get into that and have some sort of investors or even, use that as a collateral to make it. But at the end of the day, this creates this mentality where it makes people skip steps. It makes people skip the right mentality to get to where you're at. Patience is important. There's a reason why a lot of young people feel disconnected, right? It's not the 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 is your biggest wealth creation tool. Use that for a couple of years, save up, and then get into assets. But this is going to get a lot of people in trouble.
I think it's hilarious, bro, when people try to shit on me and try to brag about working more than me. You only worked 8-10 hours today. I put in 16. I put in 22. Bruh, bragging about spending your entire life at work is not the flex you really think it is. It's not. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would gladly make $70,000 to $80,000 a year, enjoying myself, loving what I'm doing, and happy, instead of making $200,000 a year, miserable as. Come on.
Yeah, a lot of people do say this and think this way, right? They equate more hours with hard work. The goal is to work smart, not hard. You're not a cattle. You shouldn't be working 16-hour shifts, right? And the biggest issue with that is most people are not smart with their money. Because the more you own, the more it owns you. When you drive a $50,000 to $60,000 car or a truck, it owns you. When you have a house that you can't even spend time in, and you have to go to work to keep that same house, it owns you. When you have materials and adornments that look cute in front of others, but you have to put in more hours and work 2 to 3 jobs, it owns you. It is not a flex for you to work this much. You are a human. God created you to work a little bit, to create memorable times with your family. You working this hard just shows that people chase bigger paychecks while ignoring bigger problems. And that is debt to income ratio, right? You make good income, but your debt to ratio is very high. So you're working backwards now. And now when people say stuff like this, it is a means of projection and is a means of jealousy. Getting your ducks in a row and getting your money in a row and always trying to seek assets instead of liabilities will put you in a situation where either you get to have freedom or it becomes wage slavery. There's nothing wrong with wanting nice things. I'm up for it. You deserve it. You work hard for it. It's just sacrificing tomorrow to earn them today. That's what makes it very distasteful, off-putting. The most expensive thing that drives this also is needing other people's approval. That is a very expensive addiction. And most people are living this and are a byproduct of this. So it's pretty sad. The goal is to work less hours and earn a good amount of money, you and your spouse, live below your means, and create memories and make that money work for you. All right. Because at the end of the day, money's oxygen is freedom. If you're not doing that, then you're playing the wrong game. And you are literally creating your own prison and your own suffocation. So if you could do me a favor before I end the video, if you've made it this far, shout out to you. I really do appreciate you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification for future videos, right? Hype the video. That's going to give the YouTube algorithm pushing it to more people that are like-minded and well-minded like you are. So we're trying to grow this channel. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers. Let's get there before mid-July. If you could do me that favor, that would be heavenly. But with that being said, be good, do good. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.